Allow me to ask you few simple questions. What will you choose out of the two options? 1,000 rupees today or 1,000 rupees after 1 year? And yeah, the answer is quite obvious. You will choose 1,000 rupees today. But what about 1,000 rupees today and 1,500 rupees after 1 year? Now you might be thinking about taking 1,500 rupees after 1 year. But what about 1,000 rupees today and 1,050 rupees after 1 year? Now you might be confused between these two options because both of them look equally good. One reason could be that you can safely take 1,000 rupees today and earn 5% by putting that into the bank. In short, both options are pretty much the same. Congratulations, you have just discovered the concept of time value of money, which is essentially a 5% increase in value. The time value of money is single-handedly the most important topic in the field of finance, I would say. And now let's understand this topic in the most simplest way out there. The time value of money is basically divided into two concepts. The first one is future value and the second one is present value. So firstly, let's understand what is future value with the help of a simple example. So let's type in future value. So we can start understanding this by taking some hypothetical assumptions. Let's suppose we have an initial investment of, let's say, 1,000 rupees, and the rate of rate of return or interest. Let's take this 10%. Press enter, and moving forward, what if I ask you what is going to be the value of this 1,000 rupees after 1 year? So that value of 1,000 rupees after 1 year is considered as the future value of initial investment, that is 1,000 rupees in our case, considering the rate of return or the interest component, that is 10% in our case. So how we can calculate that value after 1 year? Let's write in year one. The value after 1 year is equals to, the first thing we need to take is the initial investment. We need to multiply this by bracket interest component plus 1, close the bracket and press enter. So the value of 1,000 rupees after 1 year, considering the interest component, that is 10%, is 1,100. So what is going to be the value of 1,000 rupees after 2 years? So let's calculate this as well. Year 2, that is equals to, when we are moving forward with year 2, we need to calculate the interest component on the value of initial investment after 1 year. So that is 1,100. Let's select this and start the bracket. Select this, multiplied by, start the bracket, 1 plus 10%, press enter. So the value of 1,000 rupees, that is the initial investment after 2 years, is going to be 1,210. So let's calculate the value after 3 years. Equals to 1210, multiply, bracket start, 1 plus 10%, close the bracket and press enter. So the value of 1,000 rupees after 3 years is going to be 1,331. Let's take one more year. Equals to previous year closing value, multiply, start the bracket, 1 plus interest component, close the bracket, press enter. One plus, select the interest component, close the bracket, press enter, and the value of 1000 rupees after 4 years is 1464. So let's calculate the interest component as well. Select this value minus the initial investment, select this minus this value, select this minus this value, and let's copy this down. So as you can see, our interest component or our interest is gradually increasing year by year. So this is known as compounding. This is known as compounding. As you can see, our interest component is increasing year on year. So this concept is known as compounding. So moving forward, what if I ask you to calculate the value of this 1000 rupees after 25 years? You can manually type in like this: year 4, year 5, year 6, year 7, year 8, year 9 until year 25. But it's not really feasible for us to calculate like this because it will take too much of time. So we have formula for this as well. So what is our question? What is the value of this 1000 rupees after 25 years? So we can calculate the value of this 1000 rupees after 25 years by using this formula, that is equals to, select the 1000 rupees, multiply, start the bracket, 1 plus 10%, close the bracket, and in the power we need to take 25, and if you press enter you will get the value, that is 10834, that is 10,834, which is the value of 1000 rupees after 25 years. What if I ask you to calculate the value of 1000 rupees after 50 years? You can, a layman or a normal person will think you can simply take this, multiply it by 2, and you can calculate the value of 1000 rupees after 50 years. But this is not the case because there is something known as compounding. Our interest component is increasing year by year. So let's calculate this as well. What is the value of this 1000 rupees after 50 years? So let's use the same formula, equals to, select the initial investment, multiply, bracket, 1 plus, select the interest component, close the bracket, and in the power we need to take 50 this time because our time period is 50 years. Press enter. As you can see, the value of 1000 rupees after 50 years is 1,17,390, and it's not the double of 10,000, it's exactly the 10 times of 10,000. So this is known as compounding, and this is the whole concept of future value of time value of money. The second component of time value of money is present value. So let's understand this as well using certain examples. Let me ask you a simple question. How much amount you should invest today to get 2200 rupees after 1 year when the rate of return is 10%? Let me type in this question. How much amount you should invest today to get, let's say, yeah, 2200 rupees after 1 year when the rate of interest is 10%. So if we want 2200 rupees after 1 year, that means this 2200 rupees is the future value of a certain amount which we need to calculate using the formula of present value. So first of all, let's type in what all information we have. We have future value, that is 2200 rupees, and we have the time period as well, that is in years. So we have a time period of 1 year, and we have also been provided with the rate of return or the interest component, that is 10%. Moving forward, we need to calculate the present value, which is simply the amount which we need to invest today if we want 2200 rupees after 1 year, considering the rate of return or the interest as 10%. So the formula for this is equals to select the future value, divide, start the bracket, 1 plus 10%, close the bracket and press enter. That means the present value is 2000, which basically indicates that we need to invest 2000 rupees today if we want 2200 rupees after 1 year, considering the rate of return as 10%. So let's take one more example for better clarity. How much amount you should invest today to get, let's take 1 lakh rupees after 10 years when the rate of return is, let's take 15% this time. So our future value is after 10 years, that is 1 lakh rupees, and what is the time period? Our time period is 10 years. And what is the rate of return? Our rate of return is 15%. So let's calculate the present value. Formula for calculating the present value is equals to, we need to take the future value, then we need to divide it by 1 plus 15%, that is a rate of return, close the bracket, and we need to give the power of 10 because our time period is 10 years in this case. Let's press enter and see what is the value. So our value is 24,718.47. That means if you want 1 lakh rupees after 10 years and rate of return is 15%, so you need to invest 24,718.47. So this is the whole concept of time value of money, and it's two types, that is future value and present value.